What totally obvious scam do people still fall for? Hello ma'am. I'm calling from the Internal Revenue Service to let you know we've discovered fraudulent activity on your social security number, so we're canceling it. We're the IRS. You owe us money and we demand you pay in gift cards. How anyone could continue to believe them once they demand payment in gift cards baffles me. The IRS has said over and over again, and they say it every year, and it is on the news, etc. We will never call you. Yet people fall for that all the time. From what I remember of my college classes, the IRS will never open communication with you by calling. Once communication is established, calling might be a way of communication forward. This is it right here. I've been audited twice, both times because the IRS screwed up, and said I owed more than I paid in taxes. They sent a letter first giving you a case number, explanation of what they found, what you owe, and what the penalties are and will be going forward. Complete with dates for when payment is due. They leave a phone number for you to call, you give them the case number on the paperwork they mailed you, and then an agent is assigned to your case. I managed to prove to them they screwed up on both audits and kept my money. They apologized both times. How do you go about proving them wrong? It's all paperwork. On the first audit, they discovered very quickly they were in the wrong without me having to do much outside of one phone call. A local contract construction company put a $270,000 job in my name. I teach computer science and it's my only job. Simple stuff. The second time was more complicated. I set a temporary address at my parents' house in NC to forward my mail somewhere it would be safe and collected while I was moving from Chicago to TN for a job. I did this because it was taking me a while to find an apartment to rent, and I didn't want to rush the process. NC does state income taxes, TN doesn't. I didn't file a state income tax return because I was living in TN. IRS was confused by my mailing address having been set to NC for 2 months, but I wasn't living there. I was floating around on friends' couches in TN while working. I had to prove it with paperwork, like hiring contract for work, getting new plates and driver's license for the state of TN, etc. MLMs. Sister-in-law only communicates with the rest of the family when she's having a pampered chef or Avon party or gets a new catalog. I used to follow someone on Instagrams whose entire feed was Herbone products, and I seriously cannot believe that these people sell enough to make a living off of that crap. They don't. I love you. Please send me money so I can visit my dying sister in country name. I know I've only known you 2 weeks online, and we've never met in person, and I've called you from 3 different burner phones, but that doesn't mean we don't love each other. Edit. I have never seen an episode of 90 Day Fiancé. Obligatory thanks. Seems oddly specific, bro. I've read a few articles. It amazes me how many people lose thousands because they're lonely. I worked retail, some lady trying to buy hundreds of dollars worth of Steam cards. Scraggly looking lady in her 50s, totally Steam's demo. When I asked her why she was buying them, she said, "They're for my boyfriend who lives in Europe. He uses them to call me." NBSP, I told her they were for buying video games and you can't pay for phone calls with them, and she deadass didn't believe me. Some people don't want to believe the simplest answers. Making lists of personal information and posting it on a Facebook wall for data mining. They post massive lists with hundreds of entries sometimes. Favorite color, mother's maiden name, high school, first car, etc. Local MILFs who want my cock. They do. They're cannibal MILFs. Muchly enjoy luscious flesh. Free CSGO skins website. PPL enter their Steam account details and end up losing their account as pishers use stolen accounts to cheat in games. Lol, I actually fell for this somehow, ended up getting my account back without any items gone as there was a 15-day cooldown because they changed email and mobile authenticator of me. This is your boss, yes, I'm calling you from a phone that you don't have saved in your contacts. I need you to buy $1,000 in iTunes gift cards and send me photos of the codes through text. Unfortunately, this actually happened at my job yesterday. Happened to me over email. And they asked me to email to their personal address rather than their work email and send the photos. I thought it was weird as heck, but because I thought that it was dodgy as hell, I sent an email back to both the scam email and the partner of the firm, who they were pretending to be, and said it doesn't make sense for me to buy these for you from my city when you can get them from these places in your city. The scammer then got quite aggressive and then the company blocked them. Haha. The partner is an older man, so he was very confused. A nice exiled Nigerian prince contacted me by email. His royal family has been overthrown by the military, who has blocked access to the bank accounts whilst they are in hiding. Fortunately, their accountants still can access their wealth, and they desperately need a foreign account to move the money so it can't be seized by the state until they are safe again. With amazing luck, they chose me in Australia to help them, which I must for the generous offer of 25% of the millions they need to move, as long as I provide my bank details and a scan of my passport just to confirm I'm real. If I don't help, I would never forgive myself. Apparently I'm their last chance, as others have failed them, and I'm to keep this just between the prince and I. I'm probably putting myself and the royal family at risk by discussing it on Reddit, but thought this post worthy of bringing awareness to their plight. You know what, Toby? When the son of the deposed king of Nigeria emails you directly, asking for help, you help. His father ran the freaking country. Okay. Anything where the government is asking for gift cards as payment. Give me $20 and it'll tell you. Send me your account number and sort code, together with your full name, address and social security number. Hello madam, this is Microsoft Josh speaking, from United States. Can I get our credit card details? The websites that lets you bid on expensive shit for cheap prices. Mad Bids, for example. You can bid on a camera for as little as $1, but in reality you always be outbidded by a bot. Until you spend money on the autobid credits that lets you automatically outbid the bot. You might end up paying $50 for a $200 camera, but you would have paid $180 in autobidding credits as well. I'm always utterly baffled by stuff like this. I mean, really? What planet are you on if you think you can get a new iPhone for like 1.50? I wouldn't go as far as to say you deserve to be scammed, but FFS. I always thought these worked because you paid your bid whether you won or lost. So if everybody bid, in dollar increments, up to $30, then the winner gets whatever it is for $30, but the site gets $450. It's still a scam, obviously, because you're literally paying to lose. But at least it makes fiscal sense for the site to actually sell the items. Years back, when these sites were just getting out, we had one as a client. You're exactly right about the margins the website is getting off the items. They don't care if the eventual winner gets a phone for $20 bucks, the website cleared $1,000 on it. What killed me was that my coworkers, despite knowing how exactly the scam worked, ended up sinking a bunch of money into the site in the following weeks. Helped me realize just how stupid most of my coworkers were. Your computer is infected with 7 virus. Click here to install immediately an antivirus and protect your computer. Edit, added spelling grammar errors in the scam, as some users pointed out. Needs bad spelling. It's a tool scammers use to pre-select people more prone to be scammed. This is also why the classic Nigeria 911 is so over the top. If only 5% of the population is scammable, easing into the scam with the other 95% is a big waste of time. Relevant Microsoft article. $399.99. This chair is only $300. My sister is one. I said something was $20 and goes, no, it's $19.99. I said, oh, so you're the target. My sister is this too. Gas is only 90-something cents a liter. Yeah, it's 99.9 cents a liter, which is pretty much $1. Televangelists. I was raised in the cult and even I don't get it. Edit, thank you very much for the silver medal. Edit 2, thank you very much for the Brook Us Up award. I will happily accept all blessings. Printer ink. Do you know how hard it is to milk a squid? I used to be a 911 dispatcher and old people call all the time about scams. 1. They always think it's real, but a family member made them call and ask us if it is too. Once they think it's not, they want the local police to investigate. Yeah, Glenda, we don't usually investigate crimes that are originating from Nigeria here in rural Montana. 3. They often give them their social or address or other information before they call. Edit, please don't call 911 for this. Notify the FBI if you want to tell someone. Edit number 2, people seem really upset that local police don't investigate these crimes. I didn't mean to joke and make it seem like these crimes aren't a big deal. Of course they are, and it's vile and disgusting to go after old people, like Glenda, who don't know better. Like it or not, local police just don't have the resources to investigate these kinds of crimes. It would take access to it, time, and money that they just don't have. It's unfortunate but true. There are just too many scammers. I really have no idea what kind of resources the FBI puts into each claim they get.